everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Courtney, I knit, and today I'm going to share my goals for more economical knitting in 2024. I'm going to talk about my first major goal, which is to spend more economically on patterns. Going into my Ravelry library a little bit, I was able to see a breakdown actually of how much I spent on patterns in 2021, 2022, and 2023. I do have such a short history because 2021 is when I actually picked back up knitting after putting it away for so long and it never really being like a hobbyist to the extent that those of us, those of you who probably watch this channel, those of us who are constantly posting on Ravelry really are right now. Prior to that, I had just made some scarves and dishcloths and things as a teen. Goal to spend more economically on patterns. I'm gonna start off by saying that this year, if I can find a free pattern for something that I wanna make, I'm gonna do it. That's what we're gonna do. Ravelry makes it really easy because all I have to do is type in, I don't even have to type in anything. When you go to do a Ravelry search, press search, go to patterns, attributes is the one that you want to look for. You want to check the box that says free. For me, since I only do knitting right now and I can't really crochet, I check the box that says knitting. And then if I want to make garments this year, which I do, I'm going to go down to clothing, click clothing. I might do all clothing because most of the ones that are going to pop up are going to be tops and sweaters. And I might also be interested to see other types of clothing for different parts of the body. If I can find a pattern for free on Ravelry for something that I want, I'm going to get that pattern. The one caveat being is if I am making an informed purchase, something I've heard others vouch for specifically. Such as the Dear Duomo sweater, which I've wanted to make for a while now. So I want to be sure that it's a good pattern if I'm going to buy it. Definitely do need to make more garments. My focus now is really on the sustainability of my craft. There's just so much in the world right now. There's just so much going on. I don't really want to contribute to the icky side of it. I've always been an ideals kind of person, but it's not something that I've really made a commitment to. I can't say that I'm always going to purchase yarns that are from a company that's very eco-friendly. Maybe I'll be on a pinch and I'll run over to the Hobby Lobby. But I do know that at least if I go there, I don't have to pay for shipping. So it's that kind of thing. And I think that might be something that's kept me from fully committing to more sustainable yarn brands in the past is just accessibility. I'm someone who's seen accessibility as such a pervasive issue, but maybe I'm rethinking things because I've been doing this for a while. I've seen overconsumption. I recognize that we live in America, so the capitalism is a lot. And I'm seeing other people that are buying from these European brands and the quality is really, really good. And they're paying a fraction of the price that we'd pay for our super influenced hand-dyed yarn over here. And I'm not trying to go on a rant. And I love hand-dyed yarn, I really do. But I also love the look of the sweater. And honestly, this is a store-bought sweater that somebody got me for Christmas. But this is a sweater that you could achieve with a minimally processed wool. This is a look that you can achieve with a Rauma or with a Sandnes garn. And I know I'm not pronouncing that right, I'm so sorry. Hobby, they have the OEKO tech certification, so they know where their yarn is coming from for the most part, I believe. I may be looking more into Hobby, Universal Threads. They have some stuff on clearance that is truly amazing. Made a small purchase from them for some bamboo blend yarn. That brings me to when I purchase yarn, I want to feel sale yarn is a gift in itself, right? To know I made this sweater and it only cost me $25 or $35. I'm not saying that should be the goal for everyone. I would love to make a $300 sweater with like all fingering weight hand-dyed yarn and mohair silk, but it's so expensive. I can't do it right now. So I want to have the gift of like knowing that I made something really lovely with the resources that were available to me, and I didn't overstep or overspend or like step on like the environment or anything like weird like that. We're gonna spend more economically in 2024. And we've talked about how that contributes to yarn, that contributes to patterns as far as like searching out for something free first, unless I'm making a very informed purchase. Okay, let's get right on into it. I've got some patterns that I'm really excited to share with you today. First is the Step by Step sweater by Florence Miller. This is one that I have heard others vouch for, and it's also free. It's an Aran weight pattern, and actually I found that I really love like the feel of an Aran weight sweater. Even though I do live like in the American South, it does get warm, but it can also get cold here too. Nord Sweater by Sandnes Garn. Love the look of this color, and I think part of it is the colors that they chose. It's in lace weight. So honestly, that doesn't really bother me because I do like that halo that like the yarn comes with. And it just looks so beautiful. I would be working on it for a long time, but I'd be making something really beautiful that I really love, and hopefully the look on it is also something that loves me. And again, I think part of it is the colors that they chose are truly beautiful together. Like, look at these combos. The pink one I think is really nice. It has like the pink and the yellow with it. And I'm wondering if I could find something similar to this yarn on Hobby, and I think I can. Next is Nightshade by Debbie Mage, I think is how you pronounce her name. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong. This one is gonna be in, it looks like just a DK wool. Could also work good for some plant-based fibers because it does have a bit of structure to it. And I know the issue with plant-based fibers a lot is that it kind of hangs. I shouldn't say it like that. I should say drape. There's a lot of drape in plant-based fibers, but this is like a very, at least the way that she's wearing it and with the ease that she has, it's not a lot of ease, the model in the photo. So I feel like it would almost be like a little bit better. I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't had too much experience working with plant-based fibers. The one time I did was like a tank top, and it was like very drapey, and which wasn't like bad for the design, but it felt like I was wearing a blanket, which was really cozy, but like not the most like cool or like fashionable. Okay, so it does have the stunning detail around the bottom hemline and the bottom of the sleeves. So I think there's some photos where it'll zoom in. Yes, right there. It'll zoom in and show you that gorgeous detail. Love it. Very cool. Okay, the Gingerbread Sweater by Espace Tricot. I think that you really need the mohair for this one. Maybe I should save it for later, but then again, maybe I will find myself in some like affordably, economically priced mohair, so might have to get into that. But it is a fingering weight held with mohair. I love how it just looks so nice and light and fluffy and airy and just like effortless and precious, like for the holidays especially too. You know, the gingerbread sweater, I'm like the gingerbread man. Okay. Oh, and the color that they chose is like that graham cracker crust, like that gingerbread color. So I think that's really nice. I did include the Haze sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl on here, and after I put that on the list, I was like, you know what, I think I really only want this on here for the colors that she used. There's not necessarily anything more accessible about the recommended yarn. I have other things in this list already that have like a similar yarn weight, so it's not adding anything different that I could work with necessarily. I do have the Nord sweater, has some color work around the yoke as well, which I think I prefer. The reason I was attracted to the Haze sweater is the light blue and the white. I know that about myself. So I added one more. It was going to be a 5 pattern list, and now it's 6. We've got the basic wide ribbed sweater by Terrific Knits. It's going to be a sport weight yarn that it calls for. And depending on gauge, I think you could do DK or worsted. It's just up to you, depending on what type of gauge you use. And their recommended yarn is Garn Studio Drops Alpaca. It looks very effortless. It looks very cool. It says it comes in one size, but it does come with measurements to alter the size based on your measurements, your own personal measurements. Just like it. Like, it just looks very effortless. You could say that there's not much shape to it, but I think I would like that just for hanging out. It's been a really great time. I enjoyed talking with you guys here today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye!